What's up, beauties, and welcome back to I Am Beautiful Hustler TV. And if you are new here, just go ahead and like this video right now, click that subscribe button and turn on those bells. Today we are bringing y'all a raw quick weave install, y'all. Now y'all know I have over 600 videos of wigs. It's like, what more can I do on a wig at this point? So I wanted to bring y'all back to the basics with this beautiful bomb quick weave install. Now today I'll be using my cousin Kayla as the model, okay, and our other cousin, which is her sister Nisha, beat her face down to the gods, okay. So y'all know Pixie Beast on Instagram, you know. So she beat her sister down, and I'm finna slay her hair, and this is just, ooh, y'all seen the beginning. It's finna be real tea, and I wanted to bring to y'all this start to finish beginner friendly, because I'm finna show y'all detail for detail. Like, this video is long, but y'all bear with me because I'm showing y'all every single thing that I did in this install. And today we're gonna be doing a side part with some loose curls, a little, you know, flips on the bang or whatever. Something real cute, real cunty, and very demure. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we're gonna go ahead and get started by doing our braid down. So I'm just sectioning off the areas where I'm gonna leave her hair out and just braiding that off to the side. And once I finish sectioning off her leave out area, then we're gonna go ahead and get to the braid pattern of this install before adding the cap. So now that I have her leave out sectioned off, I did where the area where the edges is going to be, and then of course the two areas where it's going to cover the tracks up. And we're going to start by doing a anchor braid. So I parted this braid about the side of her head all the way to like half of the back of her nape area, and I'm just going to go ahead and create that first anchor braid. And this is the braid I'm going to use to be able to sew the cap down around the perimeter of the install. So her hair is very soft. I love that. It's very soft and very easy to work with, very fine, and I think this be the perfect model, especially when you do, you know, want to do like the exotic looking baby hairs. It's just like so soft, and it just goes with the flow. So I was like, well, her hair texture should be the perfect model for this look. And shout out to Kayla because she's a beast at editing. And if you have been on TikTok, or if you're here from TikTok, she did her big one with that edit, okay? She did like the, you know, install from her point of view, and it was so bomb. People are going crazy. The numbers are going up. So shout out to my cousin Kayla for that, girl. Thank you, period. So if you're here from TikTok, hey, welcome. And don't forget to click that subscribe button as well. But now that I'm done with that anchor braid, I'm just going to go ahead and braid her hair just like, you know, straight back braids. And because she has fine hair, I don't have to do super tiny braids. I can really, you know, make it like big parts, because even when I braid it, it's still going to be small and flat. And that's the key to a super neat and super flat install. The foundation has to be flat. Now I know sometimes, you know, you want the quick weave to be quick, but the braid down is a must. If you do big bulky braids, then the install will be big and bulky and would not lay flat. So make sure you take the time, whether the person has finer hair or thicker hair, just make sure the prep for the install is super flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue braiding the other side, and I'm going to create like a curved anchor braid right in the front, because like I said, that's where we're going to sew the cap down. And this is what it looks like after I finish braiding everything. Super neat. I have my ankle braids and I'm just plaiting everything together, and I kind of like to sew it down, that way it lays flat. And then I'm going to take some HD caps, and listen, let's talk about my clips. Luxury clips, okay? I have gold clips. Now, I ain't seen nobody with no gold clips, so I don't want to hear none of that in my comments. But your girl found some gold clips, and it is very much tea, very much luxurious, very much high class. So I'm using my good old golden clips on my clients now. You seen it here first. But no, for real, y'all. So what I'm going to do now is just taking my golden clips and putting that hair out the way. And y'all know, because we care about hair growth here, we're going to use that Beautiful Hustler growth oil, and we're going to oil those braids down. And you could click my website link right down below to get you some of this growth oil, because if your hair ain't growing, what are we doing? Like, y'all gonna be wearing wigs forever? I don't think so. You shouldn't want to, unless you have to. But yes, now we're gonna go in with 2 HD wig caps. Now, I could have used the thick stocking caps, y'all, but honestly, I find it much easier for you know, being able to see where you're placing the tracks when you use the HD caps. So I'm taking both of those HD caps and kind of stretching it out. And now I'm going to take my needle and thread and just sew that cap around where the ankle braid is. And then I'm going to also be using this protective shield stuff. And this is going to be my first time using that. So I'm going to tell y'all how I use it when we get to that part. Now, I gotta be honest with my beauties, y'all. This is my first time ever using the protective shield, and that's why I got such a small bottle, because I've never used it before. But I was like, you know what? I like to challenge myself and try something new. So I decided, because this is my first time and you already have to sit for like 10-15 minutes under the dryer, I didn't want to put it all over the whole cap, because one, I don't really know how it works as far as washing it out. So I didn't want to go like protective shield crazy. So what I decided to do that was very helpful was just place the protective shield literally around the area where the leave out is going to be. Like, I went right up to like the very edge to where the leave out starts, and just applied that protective shield in that area. And I also went across the edges a little bit and put that protective shield on there as well. And I'm just taking like my dye brush and spreading it out so it'll be nice and flat. And then that's when I'm gonna set her under the dryer for about 10 to 15 minutes so that little piece right there can dry. And when I tell y'all, it made it so much easier to cut the extra cap from around the leave out area, because I know I'm not the only stylist who had this issue. Like, even if you try to mold it down with the spritz, or you do the trail of glue around the leave out area, when you go to cut that extra cap off, sometimes it don't be dry all the way, and it'll roll up, and the next thing you know, the hair is exposed from the cap, from like under the cap. But with this method, me using that protective shield to just put it around the leave out area, it was perfect. So now, from now on, this is how I'm gonna do my ball caps. Well, not ball caps, but my cap, whatever you want to call it, like my cap method for my quick weaves. I'm going to use it just for the perimeter area of that leave out section, and it dried very quickly. And I was like, yeah, this is A1. So from now on, sewing a cap all around and using that protective shield to keep my cap firm in place. So now that you see, the cap is done, and now we're going to get into, you know, bonding the hair in. But I'm not a spritz crazy person. I know it's very itchy and all of that, so I just spray a little bit of spritz and I blow dry it, and I just leave it as that. But I'm gonna go ahead and begin to start adding the wefts to the cap. And listen, I double weft. If you don't understand, I will show you quickly what that is. And that's just basically me placing 2 tracks, one right above the other, and I'm just going to add glue on both tracks and just lay it down. So that's what we're going to do all the way up until I get to the perimeter of the leave out. So because I am doing a side bang, I'm going to curve the parts going like towards the front, and I'm doing that just so like the front bang part will be nice and like full. You don't want the bang to be too thin, especially if you're going for like a full like girl la la type of look. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that your bang area is nice and full. So that's why I'm taking the track from one end of where the track's supposed to stop, where the leave out is, and then just bringing it around, and I'm just going to keep gluing it in that same motion, and that's a 360 of how the tracks are laying, and we're just going to keep going all the way up till we close it off at the top.
Like damn, she in her move. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her move. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Sucking my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like 1 million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rump. Big boobs in the butt, stay plump. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. They like, I tell you, always stay hot. Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was bitches, I'd hate me a lot. Like damn, she in her move. Like damn, she in her move. Like damn, she in her move.
So as I'm getting higher to the top and I'm getting to the last track here on this side where the leave out is, I just placed a little track right there, and you want to get it right up to the very end of that cap. You don't have to put it directly on the scalp, just right at the edge of where that cap is. And because the tracks are laid nice and flat and neatly, as you can see, it's already super flat. And because the foundation is flat, like the braids are flat, you already know that it's going to get flat just overall with the install. So now I just have to finish up this other side where the bang is, and I'm still placing the tracks to fall directly forward. That way it could give more of a swoop, and we could go in and add the layers and everything like that, somewhat like a heavy bang, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to finish closing up that area, then we're going to get into laying out the leave out. So now I'm placing a little Pump It Up spritz on top of those lash tracks all around, and I'm going to take my hot comb and just hot comb the roots of that area on out as far as where the tracks are, just to make sure that it's laying super flat. Then we're going to get into blending and flattening and pressing out that leave out.
So what can I say to you? When I'm off that, had to fall back. You got everybody thinking I'm all bad. You know the truth. I was always holding you down. You down. Baby, ain't what it seems for this girl. What is love? What is love? You believe it if I told you all about it? But our pressure just keep adding up. Then we just get mad and fuck. We was living fast and fuck. That's what get me high enough. All these people always lying about something. I'm sorry, I'm so fly, so what? Fuck, I'm gonna be sorry for.
I was counting zeros. I'm a hometown hero. Niggas, wings like CeeLo. These niggas do anything for some C-notes. At what cost?
Hit Mercedes bought some free cars.
I know, this nigga's worse off. Maybe my sense of...
Now for the leave out, all I did was spray some heat protecting spray using the pink Fantasia's heat protectant, and I'm just taking my flat iron and just pressing that leave out. And later on I'm going to add a little wax towards the ends and press it out some more. But listen, that hot comb is hot. Y'all seen that? Listen, if you can't take the heat, stay out the kitchen. That's all I'm gonna say. But no, I'm gonna go ahead and finish pressing out that leave out, and as you can see, it's already looking super silky. And now I'm gonna focus on the edges part, and I'm gonna go in with that hot comb and hot comb those hairs out and give it a little flat iron if needed be. And we're gonna start by swooping up the baby hairs first. I wanted to do the baby hairs first versus last because it kind of like give you an idea a little bit like how you want the final look to be, and I just wanted to swoop the edges and then blend in the rest of the hair. So now we're about to get into these baby hairs, and I wanted to start off with a nice curved part. So I did a curved part right out to the top of the leave out, and I'm using my luxury gold clips, period, to secure the other side of that leave out of the way. And for the baby hairs, all I do was use some either Eben or Got to Be. I probably used one or the other, and just took my edge brush, and I like to spray that, holding spray on there, and just start to swoop it up. But I'm just taking my little pencil curler and just curling the edges up a little bit, so we can kind of get it, you know, prepped and ready to be swoop-de-doop-de-doop. And yes, I did the, what they call them, staircase edges. So I did like the 3 little swoops into the leave out. And like I said, y'all, I'm not using anything but holding spray and a blow dryer and my good old thumb, okay? Blow dryer, holding spray, edge brush, and thumb is what you need. Okay, so I am using the Eben. So using that Eben and swooping it, creating my C's, swooping it, making sure it's flat, blow drying the root, and just curving it up. Now, when you are doing edges, baby hairs, you want to make sure that the hair is oil free. It's hard to mix products with oil and using a oily product and a dry product, and you trying to get your baby hairs to stick, stay, or last. Not really a good idea. So that's why it is very important that when you are doing quick weave styles or any styles with leave out, your client's hair needs to be free from any oil, conditioners, and all that, because it's going to make your job harder to be able to swoop and use that dryness to help secure those edges. So, you know, as far as the install, you oil your client's scalp as needed be. You let them know, hey, come with your hair completely free from any oils, and during your braid down, I will make sure that I oil you down and make sure that your hair is growing and is fed with nutrition and herbs, okay? But remember, no oils on the edges. That's a big no-no. Now, some people do use beeswax for the edges. Hey, your prerogative, whatever works best for you. But me personally, everything is easier for me when the hair is oil-free.
I might just call and catch a play. I might just come see you today. You ain't I'm stuck up in my ways, but love it when I'm playing games. That's the only way we get away. We stuck together, you must forever. That's why I cannot go away. I leave you screaming anything. You find a way to keep me in. Make me think it through some magic and yeah, like you did it. Yeah. Don't be tripping, I'll be there in a minute. You beat it, and I'll be there. Be there.
I might just call and catch a play. I might just come see you today.
So now that those baby hairs are done, I did take some spritz and laid, you know, sprayed a little spritz on that rest of that leave out, and I'm just blending everything together, sleeking it all together, and taking my blow dryer on heat and just blow drying that in. And I'm also going to take a little holding spray as well and spray it on that area and blow dry it in. But yes, the baby hairs is giving. So let's get to the other side of the leave out, and then we're going to curl this hair up.
Baby, does he do it for you? When he's finished, does he step back and adore you? I just gotta know, 'cause your time is money and I won't let him waste it. Oh no, no. Baby, just go with it. 'Cause when you're with me, I can't explain it. It's just different. We can take it slow. Or act like you're my girl. Let's skip the basics. Whoa, no. He's so replaceable. You're worth the chase you're putting on. It's alright, I'm not dangerous. When you're mine, I'll be generous. You're irreplaceable.
And now I'm just flat ironing the rest of the ends of the leave out on this side end with that iron and just making sure it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit so we could go into cutting these layers. Now I always like to start with my diagonal and layers as far as like for the face, just giving it a nice little angle cut. So I am going to go on a diagonal and create those layers, and I'm also going to cut the hair even and shorter because I prefer like cut ends, blunt ends that have a nice little you know, like fullness to it, than to have super long thin hair. If the hair is thin, cut it even, please. Cutting it even gives it a little more full, it makes it look fuller. So I am gonna, like I said, go in, cut in, add some angled layers, go inside the bang area, chop it up, chop it up, chop it up, and you know, add those layers. And then I'm also going to cut it even all around, and then we will go in with my T3 curler and start curling up the hair.
Can't decide. Fashion week was more your thing than mine. I can't even lie. I'd rather stay inside. I can't do suit and tie. Can't be in one room with you and stand on different sides. One thing at a time. I have to learn to hide. One thing at a time. Emotions running high. I wish you felt alright. Just hitting my line all the time.
And now it's time to curl up the hair. Everything is all cut. I didn't cut any layers on this side because I just really wanted it to be loose curls towards the end. So taking my T3 curler and curling the hair towards the ceiling and just clipping it with my luxury gold clips. And I'm going to do that for the ends on this side. But once I get to the other side, of course, I will curl the hair up higher to give it more of a bombshell curl effect. So just stay tuned and get ready for the comb out.
Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Sucking my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like a million views in a day. There's so many ways to get paid. I tried dipping, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rump. Big boobs in the butt, stay plump. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend. They like, I tell you, always stay hot. Oh, they mad cause I keep making bops. Oh, she mad cause I'm taking her spot. If I was bitches, I'd hate me a lot. Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, get money too. Like damn, she in her mood. No friends, I don't fuck with the fake. Saying they love me, but one in my place. Step in the party, I'm looking the baddest. So the paparazzi in my face. Pretty bitch, but I came from the gutter. Said I'd be lit by the end of the summer. And I'm proud that I'm still getting bigger. Going viral is getting them sicker. Like what? Let's keep it a buck. Bitch too boring, I'm stuck in a rut. Lamborghini wrong when I hop at the truck. Pretty bitch like Lauren with a big ass butt. Yup, pretty face and a waist all gone.
And now everything is pin curl. So now I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do is take some spritz and just finish blending in the rest of this leave out right here using some you know, some holding spray to secure it down and make sure everything is going to be in place. And once I finish blending that leave out in and kind of combing it a little bit into those curls, we're gonna go ahead and take those pins down and just comb everything together. And you know, when it comes to curls, you gotta comb through it a few times to get your desired look. You might have to go back in and do a little more chopping, but yes, just stay tuned because the finished look is almost here. And now that the pins are out, I started with my little big pink comb and I'm just combing the curls down because like I said, I just wanted it to be loose. I wasn't going for like super extra bombshell curls. No, I just wanted some little loose curls toward the end, and I just really wanted this side where the bang is to be the most like curled and cut and everything like that. So I'm just going to keep combing the hair towards the ceiling and pushing it down to frame the face, and then I'm going to go in a little bit more, you know, with the scissors and cut the bang just a little bit more because I want it kind of shorter, you know, towards the bang area. Instead of being so long over the eye, I wanted to cut it a little bit higher. But I am just going to keep playing with the curls, blending in the leave out until I get my desired look. So just stay tuned because we are almost done and she is giving already. And that's on who? Yeah, that's on Beautiful Hustler. Like I said, very much tea, very much demure, okay? Giving classy, modest, and just, ooh, she is taking it, honey, in my E-Cane voice, okay? So, yes, this is the final look. Just doing a little finishing touches, catching some flyaways, smoothing and blending, smoothing and blending. We're going to do some more combing and everything like that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this start to finish quick weave install, cut, layers, braid down, all of that, all of the above, okay? So make sure you guys leave a comment below. If you're here from TikTok, welcome, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're my my returning beauties from YouTube. Hey y'all, I know it's been a minute, but we are back with the content. So make sure y'all leave a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share, all of the above, and let me know if you returning beauty or you hear from TikTok. Okay, period. So just gonna finish combing and doing my little finishing touches, and stay tuned for the final look video. All right, y'all. Yes, she's cute, she's T, and yeah, period.
I was counting zeros. I'm a hometown hero. Niggas, wings like CeeLo. These niggas.
And once again, it's I Am Beautiful Hustler TV. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank y'all for watching. Bye.
Reality is turned off. Who the fuck knows? I just make songs. Who am I to tell us how this shit goes? That's sarcasm, by the way.
You wanna be my hero. You won't even do the half.